Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is really true, is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show on Hamilton Radio. Guys, everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass, guys, because 32 years ago, I was a dumbass. But 32 years later, through the grace of God, I can honestly say now I'm a smartass. Yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. I'm saying all that to say this. We've all had the roughest few years of our lives all over the world, not just here. And unfortunately, some haven't made it. And a lot of friends and family members of mine also didn't make it. I want everyone out there to know who's struggling. I'm a nutritional health coach and I'm a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. So if anyone is struggling, please, please reach out to me. I need everyone out there to know someone is listening, okay? You don't have to be alone. The other thing I want to say is if you think my book can help someone, and I do, you can go to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing. You can go to BAM, Barnes & Noble, Amazon. You could go to my website, www.geripetito.com. All my pages are there. You could even order the book from there. And guys, one last thing. If you truly, truly, truly cannot afford my book, please, please reach out to me about that as well. Also, subscribe to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel. Cool things are happening. So, guys, you know I bring it, right? I always bring it. Honey, I am bringing it today, baby. I want to introduce this iconic legend, okay, right here on the Geri Petito Show. Billy Carlucci, say hello to everyone. Billy, say hello to everyone. Could they have heard me, Ruben? I was fine? Okay, Billy, say hello to everyone.
Hello, everybody out there. I hope you're having a great day.
So we had a speck of technical difficulty here today, guys, but I think we're fine now. So, Billy, I am honored that you are here with me today. I can't even tell you. First of all, I finally got to hug you. That was amazing for me as well. You are quite the legend, okay? Someone just tried calling me. It was John Terlizzi. Let's give him a shout out because he sent me a message saying he wanted to introduce us. I said, John, I already hugged this guy. I love you, John Terlizzi. So, Billy, you've made the world smile with your music, with your singing, with your songwriting. I mean, what you've done for us was incredible, and I want to thank you for that.
Well, I want to thank you for having me on the show. It's really a pleasure being here. Thank you so much, Geri. We have a lot to talk about, so you fire away and I'll be with you.
Okay, so we're going to play 3 of your songs through the show. I'm also going to ask you to do a little something, something for me. But why don't you start? Start with when your career started.
Well, it started I was 13 years old, around 1957. I lived around the corner from Danny Rapp, from Danny the Juniors, and down the street from David White. He was a soda jerk at Brill's Pharmacy. And they were called the Juniors then. He used to harmonize on the corner of Brill's drugstore. And I love the harmony, and I love the sound. So I told my mother, I said, you know, I'd like to play guitar, and I was 13. And she says, all right. She went and bought me a guitar, a nice guitar, and I started playing. It was a 6-string guitar. I took 2 strings off because there was too many strings for my fingers. So I couldn't play real well, but I started writing songs. So at 13, I wrote 7, 8, 9, 10 songs a month, just off the top of my head.
Hold that thought. I'm not going to interrupt you much, but you were 13 and you were writing that many songs a month?
Yes.
Continue. I'm blown
So,
away.
so I put together a vocal group. Now I turned 14, right? So I managed to put together a vocal group. And we all sang on the corner, my corner, 56th and Whitby Avenue in Southwest Philly. And so I decided, I think we should go in the studio and record. So the songs that we in the studio with were the songs that I wrote. So we went to Record Art Recording Studios, which was a big studio in Philadelphia, and the owner his name was Irwin Corson. Irvin Corson. And he gave me a deal, $25. We were there for 2 hours singing. And he put us a 3-piece band with all my songs. And I still
Whoa.
remember. Yeah. So we recorded 4 songs, and they never were released. So we all on them. Then one thing led to the other, and they were like my demos. I presented those demos to Dave White and to Johnny Madeira, who wrote At the Hop, Rock and Roll is Here to Stay, You Don't Know Me, Billy and the Essentials Tunes. So they recorded me, The Dance Is Over, which went like this. You left me standing at the dance alone. You said that I could walk you home. The dance is over, the dance is over, and you are gone. And the second record we recorded was this one.
Come on.
Each time I see a crowd of people, just like a fool, I stop and stare. I know it's not the proper thing to do, but maybe you'll be there. That was my second record.
Oh my God. Keep going.
It happened to be a nice big seller. But the B-side was a #1 record in New York City. It went like this. Well, after school history, we're gonna have some fun over the weekend. And on Saturday morning, gonna sleep until 1 over the weekend. And at 9:15, we're gonna go to the hop over the weekend. And when the dance is done, we'll hit the soda shop over the weekend. So over the weekend, come along everybody, before it's gone, come with me over the weekend.
Oh my goodness. Okay, first of all, I'm giving you a standing ovation from my seat. The producers are back there giving you a standing ovation, okay? You are incredible. Okay, listen, I'm on cloud 9. Bear with me because I'm going to act a little silly here because it's you, so continue.
Well, here's what I did these songs in the same key. And anytime I did Jerry Blavitt's show, he said, this fella happened to sing in the same key that he did when he was 13. And I just sang the same key when I was 13 just now.
Rest in peace, Jerry. I got to interview him. It was one of my faves. Him and Don K. Reed. Rest in peace to both incredible DJs. Jerry Blavitt, we love you. Continue, Billy.
So anyway, after May You Be There and the dance is over, I signed with Mercury Records as a writer through Majority Music. And the office was in Philadelphia. We had an office at Mercury Records in Philadelphia. And I wrote with Leon Huffdown. He was my partner from Game One Off. So we wrote about 100 songs together. We had a few hit records. And then Len Barry came into the picture. I wrote with Lenny. Then I started writing with Dave White and Johnny Madeira. That's when I wrote for Leslie Gore. So one thing led to the other, I got drafted.
Okay.
So when I got out of the Army, I said, where am I going to go now? I get a phone call from Mercury Records out of New York City, Shelby Singleton's office, the vice president. He would like me to come in. He wants to sign me up. And I went in. I thought he was signing me as an artist. He signed me as a writer, a producer, an arranger, and a playing musician. because we had a three-piece band in the orchestra. We had a little studio in Mercury Sound. So I'm producing people here and there. I produced the Flamingos.
Yes.
I wrote called She Shook My World. And so, we had to produce like the 5, 6 records a week. So we ran out of material. So I went in my office and I pulled out a record, and it was Bob Lou's Wedding Day by the Eternals. So I took it in as a joke. The band was in there. We had a three-piece band as a joke. I said, "What do you think it is? We're going to cut this now." And they laughed. I said, "Don't laugh. We're going to cut it." So we recorded Bob Lou's Wedding Day in 1 hour. It was done. So we made the acetate. The next morning, as a joke, I brought the record to the vice president's office, Shelby Singleton. That's a joke. He put it on his record player. She says, "Oh my God, this is a smash." And it was on Smash Records.
Give us a speck of it. Come on, baby.
Boom, boom, boom. Where's everybody running? Look at everybody go. Somebody please tell me, why is all of us Babaloo's get married? Babaloo get married. I'm going to take it to the other part. Well, he met his woman at a baseball game. The man said he played for the Milwaukee Braves. Babaloo, Babaloo, I-A, Babaloo. Babaloo, I-A, Babaloo. Babaloo, I-A, Babaloo's Wedding Day.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. I can smile. Go ahead.
Well, so that record sold 75,000 records in Philadelphia in a week. That was a lot of records then.
Yes.
And we had a regional breakout. And I think to date, I know we must have sold 1 million copies. I got a gold record for that. It's in the back right here. And so from there, the vice president, Shelby Singleton, said he wants to open his own company and he wants me to come with him. So I said, "All right, you did a lot for me, whatever you want me to do." So we moved to 1650 Broadway, which was Tin Pan Alley. So we had an office at 1650 Broadway. The name of the company was SSS International.
Okay.
So I wrote songs, I produced records. I was at Session, Mirror Sound with the Vanilla Fuzz, with the Shining Lies, with Ellie Greenwich, Jeff Barry, Carol King, I wrote with Jerry Ragaboy, Wes Farrell, I wrote with Wes Farrell. So I had a few records out with all those people, and Stan Vincent from Screen Gems. So here's the deal, here's what happened. So Shelby wanted to move to Nashville, and the people I were with didn't want to go to Nashville. So I said, "All right." So I took a little break, and Shelby happened to have, I remember the record because I picked up the record with Shelby. It was called Harper Valley PTA.
Oh my gosh, come on.
Came #1. And I wrote a song, Billy the Essentials, that became top 20 record all over the country. So I wasn't with Shelby. I didn't move to Nashville. But at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm fooling around on my guitar in Philadelphia, and I wrote this song called Goody Goody Gumdrops.
Oh my goodness.
I told the partner that I had in New York City, Reed Whitelaw, I said, "I got the song for the Fruit Gum Company because I knew they were looking for material." So I said, "Make an appointment with the Cats, the Goody, the bubblegum people." So we did. I brought my guitar. We went to the office. I played Goody Goody Gumdrops. I'm getting weaker, weaker. Every time I hear your name, she's getting sweeter, sweeter. The girl's driving me insane. Oh, goody goody gumdrops. My heart is doing flip flops. Gee, what love can do. I want to shout it from the rooftops. Goody goody gumdrops. With a girl like you, everything is good about you. I just couldn't live without you. And when I hear you, the words come out this way. Goody goody gumdrop, my heart is doing flip flop. Boom.
Oh
They
my gosh.
flipped out.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
This song. Now, the 4 of us in the office, he said, "I want you to go into the studio right now and record this. This is going to be the next Fruit Gum Company record." I said, well, don't we have to call the lead singer from the group? No, I want you to go and sing this song, just like you sang it in here. So we called the trade winds to back us up. They were very good. So we went to Allegro Sound Studios in 1650 Broadway, believe it or not, the same place my office used to be. So we go, we cut the record, it comes out 3 days later.
Okay.
It's like huge hit, right? So then Jeff and Jeff Cassetts and Geri Cassetts, they called me in the office and said, look, go in now. Can you finish an album in 2 weeks? That's why I didn't write any songs yet. He said, I want you to write every song and finish this album in 2 weeks. I said, all right. I went and we started writing day and night. Writing. I finished the whole album.
Oh my goodness.
And I called the trade was, you gotta help me out. We gotta go in the studio. I just booked 5 days in the studio. And we went in, we finished the album in 5 days. And the album came out, Goody Goody Gumdrops. That was that segment. Then from there, I produced an album with a group called the Golden Gate, which I was in, the Magic Fleet, which I was in, Marshmallow Way, which I was in. By the way, I wrote every song, published every song, produced every song that I'm talking about on the albums. So one thing leads to the other, and now everything calmed down in New York. The bubblegum stuff calmed down. So I said, let me take a little break. So I'm back to Philadelphia, hanging around, and I get a phone call from Danny Rapp, from Danny Jr.'s. So Danny says, look, I want to put the group back together. Are you interested? I said, who else is interested? Oh, we got people, you know. So, well, let's get together. And we got together, and the rehearsal went really well. Because, you know, I knew every tune, and I played guitar. I knew every chord and everything. And the rehearsal went great. And we got a gig. You know where the gig was? The first gig we got, Danny Jr.'s, 1971 this was.
Tell me.
It was Memories in Margate, the opening night for Jerry Blavat's club.
Oh, I love this.
So we go in to see Jerry. You know, I really love Jerry, and I still do.
Right.
He was one of my best friends. He did a lot for me. So we go in to Jerry's Memories, and the band's supposed to be there, but they didn't arrive yet. So we're waiting around. 2 o'clock in the morning, they got there. We went on at 3 in the morning to do Danny Jr.'s show. So we did a half an hour. It was good. The people loved us. They were still there. So then from there, we had to go to Connecticut. So right away, we got work as Danny Jr.'s. And we had to pick up bands on the way. So if we got to a club, the band was there. They weren't rehearsed, but I wrote charts. I wrote charts out for every song. So I knew I was going to need them. And I made sure I had my guitar in my hand. And we got by it, right? And when we got back home, we really put a show together. So we were booked by Banner Talent. They signed us up. And we were getting work left and right. Left and right. We got gigs everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. We were making a ton of money. It went on and on and on. We worked in Italy. We worked in Germany. We worked in England. Every year. So one thing leads to the other, and Danny dies. Danny dies. So I owned the trademark. One more, I owned the trademark. And life went on and on and on and on. Then I settled down a little bit, but I was still writing in the meantime. And let me see. The next part that I remember was I regrouped Billing Essentials.
Okay.
That's when we regrouped Billing Essentials. So I rehearsed them for like a week. 8-piece band I had. 2 girls were in a group then. So we started working. We got gigs here and there, Atlantic City, and my good friend Ron O'Brien, he booked us at a lot of places also. And one thing led to the other, and we were at this club, Mr. T's in Springfield, and we were there for 5 years. And from there, we would do 3 nights, then we would do Atlantic City and tour doing the Essentials. And we did really well. And that's when I hooked up with Patty. Approached me somewhere, Patty the Tansy.
Yep.
So we started doing a show together. Patty the Tansy, Billy Carlucci, and the Gang Show. It's going on 17 years now. We've been doing the show, and it's a cute little variety act show.
It's awesome.
It really is good. So you can hear that every Thursday evening on WPLT. And right now we're Paris Caterers doing a show, but everything's good. The show is really good. So that's where I stand right now. And I'm still writing. I got artists. I had 3 studios I owned in New York that I sold. I did quite well with them. I can name studios I worked in, all right? Mirror Sound, Bell Sound, La Studio, Century Sound. That was Jeff Barry's studio. Jeff Barry, I remember Jeff too, and Ellie Greenwich. But I get nice BMI checks always through the years.
Okay, good. Good.
And I'm going to take a sip of my coffee.
Take a sip of your coffee. Look, I'll take a sip of my tea.
Cheers, everybody.
The producers are saying cheers.
Here's what I got to get to. Jerry Blavitt called me up, and this was, I did this 3 times, for the Kimmel Center, to do the Kimmel Center. I said, sure, I'll do it, So I put the group together, the original group, and we tore the house down. Jerry changed my show. I was going to open up with Maybe There. He said, no, Billy, here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up with Over the Weekend. I said, sure, that's a good idea? Hey, listen, that's a great idea. So we opened up with Over the Weekend, then Maybe There, and close with The Dance Is Over. He was so right at
Yep.
that open. What an opener. Those people stood up after Over the Weekend. We didn't even get to Maybe There yet. And then The Dance Is Over, they stood up again. When I came off the stage, I went to the side of the stage, and Jerry comes up to me. He looks me in the face and goes, just like that. And he walks away. I'm saying, what was that?
Okay.
So, 6 months go by, I run into Jerry, I go to Mary Singh. He says, I came up to you and gave you my look. I said, that look? Oh my God. Yeah, you know what that meant? That meant you were fantastic. That was a great show.
Yes.
That's what he meant.
So,
I
okay.
still love him. I'll never forget him.
So hold your thoughts on him, because I have to say this, okay? When I got to finally meet him a couple summers ago, I was actually with Debbie and John Monforto, and I got to hug you with them as well, and they're saying hello and they're watching the show. Okay, they love you. But that guy was pretty much practically jumping off the stage. The guy was running around like a lunatic, jumping up and down. Listen, I was in awe. I just couldn't stop smiling and just hugging him and watching him and saying, how is this possible? Okay? So, again, rest in peace, sir. What you did for us was amazing. Billy, how about this? Take a deep breath. I'm going to have you drink some more of your coffee. Let's play one of your songs. And then we're going to talk about the song, and then you'll continue. We have 3 songs. So, producer, hit us up with the first song.
And at 9:15, we're gonna go to the
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So I know you talked a little bit about it, but tell us a little bit more about this song.
Well, this was the B side. Actually, I didn't like the song.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't like the song. I thought it was too uh, goofy. I was in the duo. I thought it was too goofy. Then I said, "You're gonna like it." Then I heard it again with the orchestra playing. I liked it a little better, but I still thought it was goofy. There wasn't enough harmony in that song for me. But everybody loved it, so I learned to like it. It was a big hit.
But wait, how do you feel about it now?
Oh, I love it now.
You love it now. Okay, good.
But who knows everything? I don't know everything. All I know is have fun, sing the best you can, love one another, respect one another. That's what I know.
So I always say when I interview incredible legends as yourself in the music industry, I always say I was born too late. Because I'll be 62 in March, and the majority of all these incredible songs came out between 59 and 62. A lot of them, the year I was born, 61. It blows my mind. I am a doo-wop oldies and Elvis girl. And I don't know why. I don't know how that happened, but I just have great taste in music, right, Billy?
You really do.
I mean, listen, I did rock and roll as well. You can't take that out of me, but doo-wop, oldies, and Elvis, man. And doo-wop to me was, I used to say, I wish I was born back then. I wish I could have been on the street corners with these guys and listening, and I just love it. And to know that you've done it. Tell us a little bit about what that was like.
When you hear when you in a harmony group and you hear harmony, it's amazing what it does to you. I mean, you get hooked right away. If you
Yeah.
can get a good baritone, second tenor, first tenor, even falsetto and bass, that's what we had. We had a five-piece group, and everybody sang really well. But when you hear the harmony, it gets you, it grabs you,
Yeah.
makes you really feel good. The sound of it is just amazing. It's like being in a choir with everybody in harmony, with all those people. Oh, it's amazing, amazing.
So, okay, so I want to ask you a couple questions. It's going to be hard to answer precisely, but all right, so I love to know you've worked with so many people, met so many people. I mean, the list is endless. But was there anyone that you met that really made an impact on you in the music industry? And was there anyone you never got to meet that you wish you could have?
Well, I'll tell you, I met a lot of people.
Yeah.
I like a lot of what they've done. I'm giving an example. Donald O'Connor became my good friend. You imagine Donald O'Connor, my good friend, teach me how to tap dance. I was on the show with him for a month. We were touring together. Uh, Gloria DeHaven, Eddie Fisher. I was with Eddie Fisher.
Come on.
I made a play with Gloria DeHaven. I was the lead man because Steve Rossi had a lead for Vegas. So I took his part. They gave me the part. Jack Carter, Dick Clark, Tiny Tim, the Ryanettes, the Skyliners. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Paul Anka, Ricky Nelson, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Leslie Gore,
Right.
Bobby Neil Diamond, God, Gary U.S. Bonds, my good friend, Lloyd Price, my good friend, Chubby Checker, they all became my good friends. Georgie Jessel, I went to breakfast. We worked with him on the tour. He was on a bus with us. He said, let's go for breakfast. He took me to breakfast at the diner, and he said, give me a blackberry brandy. And they said, we can't serve liquor at the diner this early. I said, but I'm Georgie Jessel. You're Georgie Jessel. Here comes the blackberry brandy. So he had a shot of blackberry brandy. He said, Billy, here's your black. I said that. He said, let's go. I said, well, where's the breakfast? We got to go now.
So who impacted you the most out of all these greats? Could you even answer that?
I would say Donald O'Connor.
Okay.
Donald O'Connor. Here's why.
Okay.
He became a real good friend of mine, and his wife was calling me every day to find out how he was doing. And I kept contact with him all these years. Uh, but my favorite friend out of everybody is Jerry Blavitt. Was Jerry Blavitt. Jerry Blavitt was my
Now,
favorite.
was there anyone, Billy, that you wish you could have met but you never did?
Um, no, I think I pretty much met everybody.
Okay.
But Frankie Lyman,
Come on.
I know. I worked with Louis Lyman. After Frankie died, I worked with Louis Lyman at the Beacon Theater. You imagine?
No.
I'm Louis Lyman at the Beacon Theater.
No.
We did 3 shows together. What a phenomenal show. He sang great. It was great. Louis Lyman, Frankie Lyman's brother. And I wrote with Richard Barrett, the guy that produced Frankie Lyman, wrote Frankie Lyman, and I worked with him with the 3 Degrees. I'm writing with Richard Barrett for the 3 Degrees. I never in the world would think I would be with that fella. And he moved to Philadelphia. I happened to be at Swan Records at the time.
So, all right. So, let's talk about your age, because there's a reason why I love talking about everyone's ages if they permit it, and you said yes. Tell everyone how old you are.
I'll be 78 February 20th.
Okay. So now, think about what you've experienced in your 78 years. A lot of people can't touch that. They can't touch that. Okay? What you've experienced is off the charts. And, what I want to say to everyone listening is this. We all have something to offer. We all have gifts and talents. And I'm going to be reading a poem in a little while that I wrote in my book called Gifts and Talents, okay? Utilize them, because look at what this man has done. I know he brings smiles to me. I want to pinch him. Are you kidding me? Is this real? I mean, think about everyone that this guy has worked with and the music he's produced and the songs he has written to make all of us smile. Okay? Nothing's out of our reach, guys. I'm using him as an example. Nothing's out of our reach. So, Billy, now this is a hard question. It may be easy for you, but a lot of people can't answer this. Do you have one particular song that's your favorite, or do you just have a ton?
I'm going to sing it for you.
Okay.
Actually, it's my favorite group also.
Okay.
As we stroll by the sea together, holding hands, walking all alone, so in love, the times.
Are we two? That I don't know what to do. I can't sing, but there you have it.
Frankie Lyman, all his records were phenomenal. God gave him a real gift.
Amazing, amazing. So, all right, so tell me, this is what else I would like to know. So, you started all this crazy, incredible stuff at the age of 13. Prior, when you were younger than that, how did you know?
This is a crazy. I'm gonna answer that.
Okay.
You never asked me this question, but I'm gonna answer you. Here's what happened to me. You ain't gonna believe this. I was ice skating. I love to ice skate. When I was at a young age ice skating, I just put on skates when I skated. When I was 12, 13. My sister takes me to the ice follies at the Philadelphia Arena.
Okay.
And we got the worst seats in the house. They were above the orchestra pit. You know what? Because of that orchestra, I heard the music coming up in my ears. I was flabbergasted just by hearing the music like that. That the band was good, but the sound of music like that took me into this business.
So you had the greatest seats, not the worst, the greatest.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's true. That happened to me.
So that's, wait, I'm going to let you finish. So that's really what happened. So you felt that music at that young age.
I did. Yes, I did. And then, I really got into writing more. My mother used to give me 25 cents, and I go buy 2 records or something in the bin. And I bought this one record. I took it home, put it on that little record player we had, and it was "There's the Moon Out Tonight."
Yes.
I played that maybe 1,000 times. That's how much I loved it. And that drove me into the sound, put me into the mood of writing songs like that and singing like that. That was a great record. And I ended up at ODO Recording Studios in New York City where that was recorded. Not to know that, I didn't know that, but we went into that studio and we recorded 4 sides because Vinny ODO, the owner of the studio, told me, we did There's a Moon Out tonight at this studio. So he recorded 4 of my songs with my group singing. That was another section I forgot to tell you about. So we drove back in my 53 Chevy or something like that.
Oh, wow. What color was it? Wait, what color was it? All right, go ahead.
And we had so much fun, 5 of us in the car. So we could do that again. We went back and forth till we finished the record. It never came out, but we do have the demos. You know, I have the demos. And pretty soon there's going to be albums coming out of the group Acapella Group album. We have a stereophonic album. It's a tribute to Jared Lavitt, actually, because that was just a stereo. Yeah. But we managed to get all our records in stereo with the technology they use today. And I found some tapes that were never played. And we have the Acapella album. We have an album when I was 13 singing in a little phone booth with the group. We fit in a little phone booth for 25 cents. One day it's going to
Oh, my
come out.
gosh.
I got to remember, you know, I do a lot of VFW shows because I'm a vet.
Yep. Oh, and thank you for your service, sir.
I contribute a lot to the vets because it's assumed what's happening, but I hope somebody takes care of this. And I do the Pioneers show. You're at the Pioneer show?
Yep.
Be back there March 15th. And I'll be with Chi-Chi, Memory Lane, and Al Jeremiah, Kenny Jeremiah's brother.
Yes, God bless you too. Rest in peace, Kenny. I loved him as well.
And
Yes.
his wife.
Yes.
Patty DeSorto.
Yes.
And Steve Giuseppe. I got to mention everybody. I mentioned one person.
Yes, I know.
That's fine too, but I'm glad you were there. I got to meet you.
Oh,
I got to see you. And I felt the love in the room when you came in.
oh my goodness.
And Debbie's a beautiful lady.
You know, wow. So, let me ask you something. You mentioned the phone booth. Okay, so I love these stories. I absolutely love these stories. So let me ask you something. The men's room, the bathrooms, and you guys sang in them as well, right?
Every Friday evening, we were at the 69th Street Terminal because the echo was terrific. We sang 2 hours every Friday. And we had an audience all around every Friday night.
Well, let's play another one of your songs. All right, producer, because, listen, I'm giggling, picturing me that young, okay? I would have been all over you guys. All right, here we go. Okay.
Great.
Maybe you'll be there. Wow. Maybe you'll be there. Wow. You'll be there. Each time I see a crowd of people, just like a fool, I stop and stare. I know it's not the proper thing to do, but maybe you'll be there. I go out walking after midnight, all on a lonely thoroughfare. It's not the time or place to look for you,
Come on, baby, talk a little more about this song.
Let me tell you, we
Tell
we got
me.
the here's what happens. We go. This was recorded in New York City at Bell Sound Studios, Studio A. That's the big studio. There's Studio A and Studio B.
Okay.
We ended up in Studio A. We were kids. The orchestra was a 20-piece orchestra for this song and the dance is over. That's a lot of people behind you. And I'm in a booth all alone without the group. And we were singing live. There was no overdubbing. We sang live. It was done. after that, after that one take was done, it's done. You can't go and overdub. So whatever went on that tape was coming out. That's scary. You don't know where to go. You have to sing.
So, okay, but I want to say something about that because I interviewed someone yesterday, a singer. She's 50 in her 50s. She's amazing. She does a lot of like Stevie Nicks sounds and Janis Joplin. She's awesome. But we were talking about that and think about what you guys have done. Because everything's technology now, and I'm not knocking it because it does some incredible things. I mean, look at us on this screen together, right? Okay, but what you guys have done back then, I'm sorry, they can't do today, okay? They can't get in a booth and do what you did. Everything is dubbed over, and everything is fixed and made to perfection and blah, blah, blah. Think about what you guys did. It all started because of you guys. Okay, and listen, I don't care. They can yell at me because I have a lot of musician friends that are young. They can yell at me. Listen, you guys can't do what they did, okay?
Well, I do a lot of recording, at different places. Not big things. It's all technology, mostly,
Right.
Do a live session. I love doing live sessions. I just finished 3 of them, and they came out phenomenal. I mean, they're really good. But we do overdubs.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
That's normal, and it's better, really. You could do a lot more.
No, I understand that part, but you had to be incredibly talented to do what you guys did. That's what I'm saying.
A lot of rehearsing, and you learn. You know what sounds bad and what sounds good. You'll know right away. If somebody's flat or somebody's not flat. A lot of people don't know when they're flat. They just sing. I don't know how to tell them. If I don't like the way they sing, I just don't say nothing. But if they sing good, I say it was great.
Oh, so that's the trick.
Okay.
I like that. I'm going to be talking about that, okay? Rumor has it, guys. No. So next time I talk to someone that has sang with you or knows you, I'm going to say, oh, what'd he say about your music? Oh, no, I didn't say anything. Okay. That's great.
Almost everybody had great records.
Yes.
There weren't a lot of bad records that were on the charts. There were a lot of records that weren't on the charts that should have been.
Yeah.
That weren't on the charts that should have been.
I agree with that.
Promotion, it's hard. It was hard. It was hard doing what we did.
It was.
It was fun, but it was hard. It wasn't easy.
I interview a lot of young and upcoming incredible singers, and I've interviewed some incredible, amazing, as young as 9 years old, and all these indie artists. And do you know that I asked them the same question, and they all said if it wasn't for what you guys did, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. So they acknowledge that. Okay, they know.
I agree.
So, all right. So let's play our third song. Okay.
Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young and hard. For it's hard, you will here on earth to be young at heart. For as rich as you are, it's much better by far to be young at heart. And if you should survive to 105, look at all you derive out of being alive. And here is the best part, you have a head start if you are among the very young at heart. Young at heart. Young at heart. Young at heart.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
That was well done by Billy the Essentials. They were really singing good. I'll tell you, that was
They sure were.
that was the B-side of Lonely Weekend. It should have been the A-side, but it was the B-side.
So what, all right, let me ask you something. Who determines which is going to be the A and B?
Sometimes it's a producer, mostly it's the record company, because they have a meeting. I was at these meetings, by the way, at Berkeley Records, whatever you're at, around the table. There's 10 people sitting around the table. Then they pick and they voice their opinion. I was the guy that sat behind and just listened. I never said anything until I heard Leslie Gore's record, It's My Party.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody said anything. So I'm looking around. I said, this is my chance. I stood up. I said, that's a hit.
Heck yeah, baby.
So they knew I meant business when I stood up because I never stand up. So it came out as a hit.
I love it. So do you have any say if you're the singer and they say, we want this to be the A or the B? Are you able to give input?
Well, I tried when I was a kid. That didn't work. They
Okay.
just did. But after a while, they figured out I knew what I was talking about because I was a kid. I knew
Okay.
the music. So they started paying attention to the kids that they were talking.
Okay.
And, yeah, I didn't like Over the Weekend, but I liked Made to Be There.
Okay. So Billy, before we forget, tell everyone if you have a website, like how to get in touch with you, get your music before we forget.
All right, you get Billy and the Essentials at Comcast.net. You can email me. Or you go to Amazon.com and you can buy all my records. They're all out on Amazon. Or CD Baby. iTunes, we're on iTunes. And there's more albums coming out soon, but I'll let everybody know. I'll email them and
Okay.
put it up publicly.
Very
to let you
cool.
know, I did work. I was at Madison Square Garden 3 times. I worked there. I worked at the Hollywood Bowl, the Hollywood Forum, the Toronto Stadium with Ricky Nelson. I worked at the Grand Ole Opry. I worked at Grand Opry with Minnie Pearl.
Minnie Pearl. Oh gosh. Go ahead.
She's a good friend of mine. She used to take me out to get steak and biscuits.
Oh.
I worked at the Tropicana, of course, resorts in Atlantic City, Harrah's, Atlantic City, the Frontier in Las Vegas, Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. I mean, I worked everywhere, but the biggest one, when we got to Madison Square Garden, Danny was shaking, I was shaking, we had to go on. And we had, we all did splits. We did dance steps and routine. And we went on, and we opened up with Rock and Roll is Here to Stay, standing ovation. We did Sometimes When I'm All Alone, standing ovation. When we got to At the Hop, we couldn't hear ourselves singing. That's how loud the applause was for the whole song. When we did the splits, it was out of hand. We tore the house down. That was a big show, Richard Nader show, I believe it was. And 3 times we did that. Madison Square Garden. That's scary. That was the scariest one.
Why was that so scary?
Oh, it's big, Madison Square. You work at Madison Square Garden, you made it, you know? And then when you do Madison Square Garden, that's saying something. And when you say you're going to Vegas, you're not going to Vegas, you're going to the Caesar's Palace. God, jeez. Get Clark Zone, jeez.
So I have a question for you. Let's talk about your nomination for East Coast Hall of Fame.
All right. I was nominated, and because of the COVID and everything that went down, it kind of everything got lost in the shuffle. So I don't know if it's coming back or what's going to happen.
Okay.
You know, that was a
Okay.
big.
Okay. So I'm sure it will come back.
Hope so.
So so now let me ask you: is there anything else? I don't want you to get off thinking that you forgot to say anything. Is there anything else that you would like to say?
Thank you, Jerry, for everything. Jerry Blabbin.
Okay.
That's all I can't say much more than that. I'm still dealing with it. I was at the funeral. You know, it was tough. It was tough. I still think about it. It's tough. I knew he wasn't doing well. He wasn't feeling well. Poor Jerry. God
Poor
bless you
Jerry.
and the family.
Yes.
But I'll be at the Pioneers Luncheon March 15th. That'll be a nice show. And I'm doing the DFW show this Saturday in Glassboro. That should be a good show. And I'm writing some things that Jerry wanted me to write. Some songs.
Beautiful.
He gave me ideas for it. You know, he was the first one to play my record, The Dance Is Over. Nobody would play that. He was the first one.
Why would nobody play that? And then we'll get back to him being the first one.
I had no idea the record company's fault. I don't know whose idea that was. I guess it was the big stations wouldn't play it, but Jerry got a hold of it, and he was on WCAM in Camden. And when he played that, that was a thrill. The first time you heard your record on the radio, that was a thrill.
And it was Jerry Blavat.
Jerry Blavat.
Amazing. Wow.
Yep, Jerry Blavat, first guy. He started my career then. If you think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
He's a hell of a guy. He knew his stuff. He had an ear for music.
Amazing. Well,
He knew everything.
well, I want to thank you for honoring me here with this incredible interview. You know how I feel about you. I just thank God I got to hug you, and I'm hoping to see you soon. And you are a legend. You are a true legend. And I hope that the way you view these other incredible, you know, artists and singers and songwriters, and you could view yourself the same way. I hope when you hear your music, you hear what you hear in these great artists as well, and you put yourself on their level, because we sure do.
Listen, thank you, Jerry. You are very valuable to this world. Don't stop what you're doing. God love you. Thank you so much.
I want to read a poem out of my book. And the reason why I read this poem when I do a lot of artists is because I want everyone to know that they also have gifts and talents, okay? Because everyone does, right, Billy? I mean, God's given everyone something. So, guys, utilizing gifts and talents. We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, to also write poetry, and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used, God's gift to us, not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, but guys, then our job's to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life, what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, but not just for the money, to spread a peaceful sound. Don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, Billy Carlucci, your name will live forever, forever and a day. Go through life excited for what you sure can give. To yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. So make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. And that's what you do for everyone, Billy. I love you.
Well said. I have tears in my eyes. Thank you, Jerry.
I love you. Ruben, are all our tracks done? Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Guys, oh, Ruben, come out real quick. I want to bring out one of the owners and the producers, Ruben, to tell you guys a couple words of what he's doing now. So he also did some things for Let East with the recording and all that. So he does Iron Horse Films. Take a quick minute and tell everyone. Okay. Doc G, sit down as well.
Hey, Billy.
You met Ruben, and this is Doc G, the original owner of Hamilton Radio. You haven't met him, Billy.
Oh,
How you doing, Billy?
God bless you. Thank you for having this show. That's a terrific thing you're doing. Great
Yeah.
show.
Great to see you again.
Same here.
Yeah.
So tell everyone what you're doing
Well-
for Let East and for your company.
Well, first of all, Billy, I have to say, when I get your age, I hope I have the same energy like a lot of you guys.
Oh, forget it, right?
Especially, what's his name? I keep calling him Al Capone, but it's not Al Capone. It's
Angelo?
Angelo.
Angelo Capone, Jerry Lewis, come
Yeah,
on.
Jerry Lewis.
And listen, John Monforto, our Rocky guy, listen, we want to be you guys when we grow up, okay?
Yeah, especially me.
Big look Capone. Hey.
Yeah.
Tell everyone about Iron Horse Films. And
Oh, okay. Well, I have Iron Horse Films. It's a motion picture and film company, and basically, we do right here at Hamilton Radio Studios and Iron Horse Film Studios is we do green screening, music videos, cinema, a litany of things. I'm sorry, I kind of caught off guard on this, but we also do audio recordings for books and music artists. We have a portable booth that we do, and we also do in-house productions. So if you want to do some green screening of, I'll say maybe like 180-degree green screening, we can do that here, and we can also come to your events that you do, like live concerts and stuff like that, to film them. And next thing we're going to be doing eventually in the near future is broadcast live from your concert series. So that's what we're working on right now to expand our reach and doing on location productions for live shoots and all. And actually, me and Jerry were invited to go to Arizona to do some filming.
at Yuma at the border.
Okay, I was going to say
Yep.
that, but okay.
Go ahead. I know, but once you say that, you can't not say the rest. I'm going to say it here. I'll say it here.
Okay.
We haven't put this out there yet publicly, but it'll happen, Billy. We were invited by a man named Anthony Hudson, who's going to be running for the President of the United States as bipartisan, and he wants us to be part of his campaign, and we're going to the border in Yuma this month, and we're going to be recording there. So how cool is that, baby?
How cool is that?
All right?
Yep.
Very cool.
Exactly. So if anybody, pretty much, if my website for Iron Horse Films will probably be up in about a few weeks. We're working on it. We had, some things we had to upgrade, of course, on technology, but to put the information out there, you can reach Geri at her email at wwjd@aol.com.
wwjdgeri@aol.com. Okay?
Right.
So-
That's right. Or you can reach Gino at admin@hamiltonradio.net. That would be the simplest way to get in touch with me until I get the full production site up and running again. I think that's about it.
Yep. So we recorded Let East last year.
Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
we're
Thank
doing
you,
it
thank
again.
you. We're doing it again this year, and actually, I was, I'm I want to say not. I'll say it like this. I was asked to be on the board with Letty's as a technical advisor.
Yep.
To make the event go a little bit smoother. Me and Jerry actually were guests on their 39th anniversary. I was hired to film on their 40th anniversary, and now they kind of nudged me in onto the board.
It's a good thing.
You know, and they put me on there. You know, I heard of police officers coercing you in one way, but this was a good way, I guess. I'm talking to you, Jim.
So,
but it's a good thing. It's
yep.
a good thing, and also with the ladies, with being a huge event, you know, take on, it's going to be like you, Billy. A lot of musicians that you wrote songs for were actually at the 40th anniversary, and I think also the 39th anniversary.
yes.
So, yeah, so
Amazing.
and you know, we should tell Jim maybe to get him there if he can.
So we're going to talk
if it's a possibility.
this year. Everything's already in the works, but
yeah.
don't worry. And one last thing, I want to give a shout out to this young man right here. Okay, the technical aspect of what he does for Hamilton Radio and what he does for Iron Horse Films is incredible, off the charts. He's now putting books to audio, and I am his guinea pig and Doc G's wife. So we're almost done with my book and Doc G's wife's 2 books.
So I'm doing
Sandy.
both books at the same time.
So just to let everyone out there know.
Oh, and Jerry's book will be done possibly in about 2 weeks or sooner,
Yeah.
and we'll tell you how you can get it within a
Okay.
couple weeks.
Cool. Okay, now take us out, Ruben.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Geri Petito Show. She's not an addict. She's just an ass. Oh, I'm sorry. I said the wrong.
Get back to your station. Get back to your station.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, hi, Billy. I just wanted to say hi, and it's a pleasure meeting you. Maybe someday I can really meet you. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but we'll see. But I'm so proud of this station for Jerry and Ruben and the group we have assembled with us. It's just wonderful.
We'll hook up. We'll definitely hook up.
Someday, Billy, when the time is right.
We will.
Thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for all the music and the incredible memories that you give every one of us, especially my age. I'm 61, and I remember all them songs. You know, like Jerry said, you don't have to be the age. Even my
No.
daughters are in the 20s and know that music.
Yep, my daughter too at 40.
So isn't that a wonderful thing that at least we can share that with our kids?
Yep. Billy, Doc G started Hamilton Radio over 20 years ago in his basement. Okay? And we're on our 3rd new studio.
That's fantastic. Jerry started, I remember Jerry in his garage.
See? Jerry Blavitz, see?
Yeah.
Oh, we love him.
All right, guys. I love yous, and thank you. Hope to see you, and we'll hook up.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Billy. Great job.
Thank you. Everybody share this. Ruben, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.